Hey, Angela here, and today I want to talk about scapegoating in the workplace. So we're going to be uncovering the destructive phenomenon of scapegoating in the workplace. So we'll explore what it looks like, its impact on employees and organisations, and strategies to address and overcome it. So thank you very much for joining. So what exactly is scapegoating? Scapegoating in the workplace occurs when one person or a group is unfairly blamed for problems or failures that are not necessarily their fault, similar to the family scapegoating stuff I said before. Same thing, same meat, different gravy. So this often happens when there are underlying issues in the organisation that are not being addressed. So similar to the family, then put it all into the workplace. And someone becomes a convenient target for frustration and blame. Scapegoating in the workplace can manifest in many different ways. As I say, to go into more detail and make it more specific to each person, I need to speak to each person, but I can generalize in my videos, so I do. So it might look like one employee consistently being blamed for team failures. So receiving undue criticism for things that they've done wrong or done right, perhaps, can be the case sometimes, being isolated as well, excluded from group activities. So the scapegoated individual often bears the brunt of the stress and the negativity in the workplace. So even if they're not responsible for the issues that are at hand. So that's just a brief overview of the meaning of scapegoating in the workplace, and it might be something you're familiar with if you're watching this video. So the psychological and professional impact on targeted individuals can be really severe. So they might experience, as you would do within the family environment as well, increased stress, anxiety and depression. So it just brings on all of those negative emotions. So your self-esteem, your confidence can suffer as well. And you might feel a constant sense of dread and fear of making mistakes as well. So it's a toxic working environment basically. And it not only affects your mental health, but it can also hinder your career path as well. So it can really affect your productivity. If you're constantly being called out for things when you haven't actually done them wrong, then it can really hinder how much work you can actually get done, and also your actual motivation for doing the work as well. And particularly if you're a permanent employee in a corporate role, this can really sort of affect your climbing of the ladder if that is what you're wanting to do. So let's look at a real life example. So that imagine a workplace where a project fails due to poor management and unrealistic deadlines. So this happened a lot when I was working in that kind of environment. So obviously this is down to the program and project manager, and instead of addressing these systematic issues, the management tries to blame the junior employees, say, for the failure. So perhaps in a project environment, if that's something you're familiar with, then perhaps the business analyst or some of the analytical teams get the blame for problems. Even the technology teams perhaps could get blamed for problems when maybe the project manager or the program managers overpromised on items that should be delivered, and then instead of them taking actual responsibility for it, they pass it down. And this happens in all sorts of different environments as well. I can take this across the board in many different industries, not just in finance. So and then the employee that is then, say, or it could be a team of employees as well. So within project management, as I've witnessed in the past as well. So that team or the specific employee can be subjected to undue criticism and given less desirable tasks maybe, and excluded from team meetings. This is something I've witnessed as well, leading to a hostile work environment. So it's really sort of not being managed correctly, that kind of thing as well. And the hostile work environment isn't a very nice place to be. So how can we identify, address and prevent scapegoating in the workplace? The first step is recognising the signs, as I say in all of my videos. It's recognition. It's the awareness of things that are going on. So if you're here, you're aware. And if you're here by mistake and now you're thinking, well, there you are, definitely aware. So if you notice that one person is consistently being blamed for issues or treated unfairly compared to others, this could be a sign of scapegoating in the workplace. So next, it's critical to address the underlying issues. So this might involve improving communication within the team. And this is a problem I find in a lot of corporate environments, is how things are communicated. So in some places there can be sort of whispers that things are happening. The secret's already out, guys. Let everyone know instead of letting them guess and sit there feeling anxious. So it's providing better management training perhaps as well, or addressing systematic problems if this is a company-wide thing, so within the organisation. So leaders should really try and foster an environment where issues are discussed openly and constructively rather than resorting to blame or scapegoating. And also that then helps with, if there's any gossip or anything like that going on, it helps curtail that kind of thing as well. And so for those of you that have found yourself being scapegoated, which I know many people that have been, then seeking support is essential. So this can be through trusted colleagues. I've mentioned HR before, but please remember that HR are there for the company and not for you. So sometimes it's not actually the best place to go to. Seeking external support like a therapist, such as myself, and also building a support network, perhaps within your working environment with your team, and that can mitigate the emotional toil of scapegoating as well if you're experiencing that at work at the moment. But seeking external support is really good if you're suffering from this in the workplace, because sometimes you just can't trust the people that you work with. Perhaps that could be particularly if you are the person that's being scapegoated. So that's just something to think about. And also preventing scapegoating if you are a leader within this environment. It just involves promoting a healthy workplace culture, so top down. So if you are a leader within your team and you're noticing there's been some kind of scapegoating going on, then and it's something that goes against your values, then perhaps that's not the environment that you want to be working in now. So it's something to keep an eye on, and encourage teamwork, mutual respect and accountability as well. So if you've made a mistake, own up to it. A lot of the time, people will respect and appreciate you more if you own up to mistakes that you've made and take accountability. So that's really important. And when everyone takes responsibility for their part in a project and open communication is encouraged, then the need for scapegoating diminishes, because they know that from the leader down, people are taking responsibility, things are being handled, and it's not all being brushed away and we'll just blame tech for this, or we'll just blame, because they're the usual ones that get blamed. Sometimes it is their fault. But yeah, so it's kind of not having that kind of blame culture within your environment as well. So understanding workplace scapegoating is a first step towards creating a healthier environment and a more productive work environment as well. So because if you're scapegoating one person, sometimes the infection can get to sort of the rest of the team as well. So it requires effort. So commitment from both leadership and employees as well. But the result is more supportive and effective workplace. If you're all supportive of each other, then it just leads to a better working environment in that case as well. So thank you very much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments as well. As much appreciated as ever, and I'm really keen to hear feedback on these videos, and if it's something that you're suffering from and anything specific as well that you'd like to hear more on. So please feel free to comment below and send me a message. You can reach me on any socials or reply to all comments. And thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you.